Hi, Flick here from the Nerd Soapbox, and today we're at Toon Con 2022 in Pasadena, California, with a special guest. Our guest is a voice actor, best known to the Nerd Soapbox gang for voicing Johnny Bravo in the television series of the same name, as well as Dexter's dad in Dexter's Laboratory, Brooklyn in the Gargoyles, and he is the current voice of Kowalski in the Penguins of Madagascar.
Current? Current.
Our guest is considered one of the top names in the voiceover industry. So just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Because our special guest is Jeff Bennett. Hey, Jeff.
Hi.
How's
How you
it
doing
going?
there? What's your name?
My name is Flick.
Hey, Flick. How you doing?
I'm
You
doing
sure are
fine.
pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So, how's your convention so far?
Oh, it's been beautiful.
Yeah.
Lots of wonderful people. I'm like 2 tables down from Sid Croft, who I grew up with a lot of his shows.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful shows, Banana Splits,
Yeah.
Sigmund and the Sea Monsters,
Right.
HR Puffin stuff. But I bet you know about those kind of things because we're kind of in that same category, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Famous.
And soft. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What else was your fandom growing up? Sports, comic books, cartoons?
I loved sports.
Yeah,
Followed
yeah.
a lot of sports. I played baseball, soccer, and I just love your little hands, man. They're so
Thank
funny.
you.
I grew up watching a lot of the same kind of things as other people. Daffy Duck, Looney Tunes, a lot of Looney Tunes, a lot of Warner Brothers, a lot of Disney, and 70s shows, which I pull from a lot, in my voices also.
Right.
You might have noticed that somewhere along the way. Yes.
How did you break into voice acting?
Wow, it's kind of a long story, but I got into voiceover doing a demo with a friend who happened to know a woman who was looking for somebody with new voices.
All right.
Who was doing, she was becoming an agent herself, and so she was kind of looking for new blood.
Okay.
And that's kind of how it happened. And I got an audition, and she took me on. Her name was Linda Behrman. She's still, I think she's in Vegas right now, and she gave me a chance, and then it took out. Yes, she's dealing blackjack now, right? And it went from there. It was really fun.
Right. So one of your best known roles is the title character of Johnny Bravo. How much guidance were you given in coming up with a voice of Johnny? And a lot of people do an Elvis impersonation, but what put you ahead of the competition in that audition?
That's a wonderful question because I think he did want Elvis to begin with. Van Bartable, the creator, wanted an Elvis sound, but he also wanted it to be very fast, sort of like Elvis on steroids. Because I remember I was watching, I think it was David Letterman, and Robin Williams came on, and he and his son or daughter had been watching the show, and he said, "Oh, have you seen this show, Johnny Bravo? It's wonderful. It's like Elvis on steroids. He's absolutely terrific. Oh yes." And I was like sitting there thinking, he's talking about me. That was great. Yeah. It was a wonderful thing. But that's kind of where it came from. Was he wanted like young Elvis, but he wanted a very hyper young Elvis who did a lot of fast karate moves. This is where the whole thing came from. As you know. I'm not going to hurt you, little puppet. Don't worry. Well, I mean, mister.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you have a favorite episode or moment from Johnny Bravo? For me, personally, I love the episodes with Adam West and Donny Osmond, as well as the one inspired by Schoolhouse Rock. Not to mention the one where he teams up with the Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Right. All of those are my favorites, but Adam West would definitely have to be number one. I'm
That's
pretty sure.
fantastic.
Because I couldn't.
I'm sorry.
I-
This is Flex. He's a puppet.
Oh.
He doesn't know it. Well, hi, how are you?
Hi, Pat.
I
Pat.
enjoyed talking to you. Give me a 5.
Pat Frey, who was Marshall Moo.
Don't tell him anything real.
Okay.
See ya.
Didn't you used to
Goodbay.
have this beard?
No.
I don't know.
That was booted.
It
That was Pat.
Yeah. Marshall Moo. I was a Colorado kid. He's Marshall Moo. Yeah, that was good. That was good times. That's the first time I met Mark Hamill, too.
Really?
Yeah. And he knew what character I was on the Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Oh.
And I was like, how come you know what I'm playing and you're Luke Skywalker? I mean, I thought,
That's fantastic.
amazing.
Well, yeah,
But
yeah.
the reason, getting back to the Adam
Right.
West show,
Yeah.
was because he was so good at playing that character, and doing his Adam West thing tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
but so serious about it that he just got to me, and I couldn't make it through the scene without laughing hysterically, because at one point he had a line where he said, "Now, Johnny, let's go find your mama." And I lost it. I literally was like falling out of my chair because it was so good.
That's good.
So-
It's funny just hearing you say it now.
A big memory for and
yeah.
Jonathan Winters.
Really?
Because I worked with Jonathan Winters, and he came up to me in the parking lot and had a doctor's bag that he would carry with him, with who knows what in there. But he pulled something out of his pocket in the parking lot, and he didn't know that we were working together.
Right.
He didn't know who I was, and he pulled out this big item and said, "You ever seen one of those before? You know what that is?" And I said, "No, I don't. That's a Buckeye. That is a Buckeye straight from Ohio. Don't touch it. It's mine." And then we went in and did the show.
That's hilarious. Okay, so you were also Brooklyn in the Gargoyles cartoon series.
Yes.
That had an amazing voice cast, including Keith David, Frank Wilker, Ed Asner, Jonathan Frakes, Marina Sirtis, and many more. What were the recording sessions like for Gargoyles?
Oh, they were so good. I mean, I remember the first day they sat me down next to Ed Asner,
Yeah.
who was a childhood hero of mine also.
Oh yeah.
And the first thing I did, I was nervous, but I thought I'm just gonna say, "I love you, Lou." "How are you, Lou?" And he immediately said, like, he didn't miss a beat. He just said, "Shut up." Love at first sight. But yeah, it was a great cast, and it was such a wonderful mix of great art, great writing, direction, and really good actors on the
Wow.
show that really made it all come together. I mean, it really felt like we were doing almost like a theater piece.
Yeah, like
in
a
way.
play, I was
almost
thinking, yeah.
like a play. Yeah,
Oh,
it was really
with-
wonderful.
Okay, so with your role as the Joker in Batman, The Brave and the Bold, you joined a pantheon of voice actors such as Mark Hamill, John DiMaggio, and Keith Michael Richardson. Making me self-conscious here with my glasses.
I just noticed you got a really big mouth, man. Yeah.
Dude, also Kevin Michael Richardson to voice the clown Prince of Crime. Yeah. How did you make your voice? How did you make your role your own? How did you make that voice your own? I mean, did you incorporate any influences into your interpretation?
I did try to incorporate just a little bit of an Anthony Hopkins,
Really?
with a touch of Vincent Price,
I'll have to go listen to it again.
and it ended up being a little sort of that flatness that Silence of the Lambs had in it there a little bit, but also mixed with a little bit of fun and spark that Vincent Price had.
Can
and,
we hear a
and
line
go
or,
from there.
maybe hear a line or two after you can have a sip.
Oh no, I'm just trying to think of what a line would be. Oh yes, go ahead and smile, Batman. You know you want to.
It was fantastic.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right,
I'm good.
good.
It just was so sudden. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Little Purple Man.
Okay, on the topic of Batman, going all the way back to the 90s, long before Brave and the Bold, you voiced Hardak on Batman the Animated Series, and later Jack Ryder, aka the Creeper. Yeah?
True.
Yeah, on the New Adventures of Batman. Do you have any memories from working on either of these shows? Or what was your reaction to the animation or receiving direction from Andrea Romano or Bruce Timm or?
I mean, both of them. You mentioned two great names because both of them were so such great professionals to work with.
Right.
That really know their stuff. I mean, Andrea's, such a great director to work with, and is truly an actor's director. And Bruce just knew that and knows that universe so well that it makes it easy to say the lines. So whether it's Hardak or Creeper or any of those parts, it was like the line is already there for you. All you have to do is say it.
Okay.
I mean, you got to find the voice, but it's
they make it easy.
Most of the work is done for you. Yeah.
Could you maybe share with us a little memory of working with Arlene Sorkin, the original Harley Quinn?
Oh, I'm trying to remember if I have any that I remember from that. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. Well,
on
think about that.
She was wonderful. I mean, I know she was wonderful, but I was probably busy just going, wow. It's my line. I'm next.
As in voicing Dexter's dad on Dexter's Laboratory, did you channel any real life dads that you know?
No, I was just trying to stay as a sort of happy 50s Phil Hartman-esque kind of dad, just clueless about what's going on in Dexter's room and still happy about it. That's mostly what it was. Yes, sir. I don't care if there's nuclear fission going on. You're my boy. Yeah.
Camp Lazlo is one of my favorites too. Okay, can we hear a little bit of Raj or maybe even Samson?
Oh, of course, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do Raj anymore because I'll probably be cancelled. And by the way, he started out with a lisp, but then they did not want me to continue doing the lisp. It was too much with the accent.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And then, of course, Samson was one of my favorite episodes is when, he has to have beads for business, and Raj opens up his own little store, his own little camp store right there.
Yeah.
But Samson doesn't have enough beads for business, and they start fighting. So it's fighting with myself most of the cartoons.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's kind of pathetic, but fun.
What's an obscure voiceover or voice acting job that you had that your fans would be surprised was your voice?
I was for a few years the voice of Vidal Sassoon.
Really?
For like hair care products.
Yeah.
And I went into the audition thinking about an SNL sketch that they did where it was like, if you don't look good, we don't look good. And I was just, making fun of it and sort of doing my own impression of it. And they bought it. They loved it. And they thought I was actually British. And then I showed up and I was just, they're like, oh, what kind of mistake have we made? But we went with it. And
that's great.
3 years later, I was still doing them,
What are you working on now?
Oh, I'm doing a couple of projects I can't talk about.
All right.
Of course, because we have to sign these little things called NDAs now.
Yeah.
We can't talk about them. But I'm currently doing some things on Baby Shark. I'm still doing Loud House, Coach Bukowski. Is that his name? Bukowski? I think that's the right name. Yeah. And still doing. See, now you got me wondering because I just, they call me, I do my thing, I show up, and hopefully it all works out.
Are you on social media?
I'm not really a big social media person, so I mean, I text. Is that social media? Flick? No. Not so much.
Okay.
No.
But gee, Jeff, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks so much.
I really
appreciate
it. Thanks. Thank you. Look, can we have maybe just a little bit more Johnny Bravo? Maybe some dating advice.
Oh yeah. Well, First of all, don't date Cartoon Network and talk to chicks like this because they will cancel you at some point. Oh yeah, be careful. But still, hey, you're still a foxy mama to me. Not you, them.
Not
Oh,
me.
Yeah. Ha! Yeah, baby.
All right, let's see who else we can find to talk to at Toon Con 2022.
Over there.
All right.